What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. It's a little bit busy for me today, a little wild, so this is getting put out a little bit late. Do apologize for that. Got some things to do, so going to try to make this a quick one. Appreciate you all taking the time, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, everything you do to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough, but we are here for that game status report. Find out who is out, who is questionable for both the Eagles and their Week 8 opponent, the New York Giants. So let's jump right into this bad boy. And let's talk about the Eagles. And we knew some important names did not practice these last few days. And unfortunately, a bunch of those names are going to be out for this game. And it's always next man up in these parts. So let's effing go. But A.J. Brown, Cam Jurgens, Azeez Ojulari, all going to be out for this game. And, Jurgens and Bennett, we talked about it. Love to see him back sooner rather than later. Adoree Jackson will be out. So it's Ringo there. Everyone else is good to go throughout the report in the week. And then I had a different list I had to make to fill these guys on there. But Darius Cooper is questionable for this. So he might come off the IR tomorrow. They have to do that by 4 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll let you know in the practice squad elevations if anything happens. But Brandon Graham out for this one. Not up to speed just yet. And so let's take a look at the updated depth chart with all of this information now given to us. So we know that Jurgens and Bennett will not come off of IR this week, but he's got a couple more weeks to do so. And then you see Darius Cooper, the rookie wide receiver, questionable for this one. So maybe he comes off tomorrow, and it could be helpful to have him because, well, A.J. Brown being out for this game is a big loss. So you got Devontae, you got Jahan Dotson, Mechie, Gibson's there too, but could have Cooper, could elevate someone. So we'll keep our eyes on that tomorrow. But Cam Jurgens being out, looks like Brett Toth gets the start at center. Lord help us. But everyone else is healthy on the offensive side of the ball. And then going to the defense there, look, Adoree Jackson has had his struggles, but so has Kaylee Ringo. We're going to find out here if he can get the job done. Maybe they give Mick Williams a little bit of action here before the bye. We'll see. But BG, Azeez Ojulari out. Patrick Johnson will be the depth piece. Who will we elevate? Maybe Antoine Powell-Ryland, maybe Titus Leo, maybe a little bit more usage for Jahad Campbell there. We'll find out what the Eagles decide to do, but missing even more edge guys. And then the special teams department, everyone is healthy and good to go there. No injuries, but we'd love to see somebody stepping it up. Maybe a big play from one of these guys. That would be fantastic. One of these returners, we brought in Gibson, you got Bigsby there. Hey, maybe somebody wants to do something. Will Shipley, I'm all for it. But here's the Eagles practice squad. They want to elevate anybody. Maybe Sua Opeta because of the lineman. Maybe a wide receiver because A.J. Brown's out. We talked about the defense. Maybe an edge guy. So a lot of options here. We'll find out tomorrow what they decide to do. But right here, right now, with the game status report, you can see what's going on with the Eagles. Now let's see what's going on with their Week 8 opponent, the New York Giants. And, well, believe it or not, they actually had some pretty important injuries themselves. So it's the next man up for us. I'm sure it's the same for them and missing some key ones here. And we talked about this on the top matchup show yesterday with A.J. being out. Well, they're also missing their top corner in Paulson Adebo. So a big loss there. Doubtful is Javon Holland, another big piece in that secondary there. So some unfortunate news for them there. And then Brian Burns is questionable for this one. Sounds like he wants to play. But you've got Golston out. And then you've got DJ Davidson, another interior guy, questionable for this one. So a bunch of defensive players out, questionable, doubtful. So we'll find out tomorrow, maybe a little more information. And then on Sunday. And then Jackson Dart, he's good to go. And Graham Gano, questionable for this one. We'll see if they activate him off of IR. Let's take a look at those injury lists and then the depth chart here for the Giants. But as you can see, designated return is Gano. We'll see if they do that, or maybe they want to elevate one of those kickers off the practice squad that you will see here at the end. But here are all the pieces that are on the injury list that you will not see on the depth chart. Let's look at that depth chart. Everyone on offense, healthy, ready to rock. Looks like Darius Slayton is finally back for these guys, so that's some great news for them. You've been seeing some good things from Robinson. Hyatt still sucks, but we'll see if they elevate little Jordan Humphrey. Ray McLeod's there now. So we shall see what they decide to do, but that's what the offense looks like. And then on the defensive side of the ball, now the color is a little different because obviously they use red, and I, of course, have to use their color schemes. So orange is out, yellow questionable. You see Brian Burns, DJ Davidson questionable there. And then you've got Adebo and Holland not going to be playing in this game, most likely for Holland there. But you'll have to have Belton stepping in. You'll have Deontay Banks, who's going to get smoked by Devontae Smith. So come get you some. And then that special teams department, again, who do they want to be their kicker? They've got a few options. Gano maybe comes off of IR by tomorrow at 4. So we would, know the answer then. If he does not, well, then that would mean they are going to their practice squad. And here's a look at their practice squad. They can elevate any of these two guys. And 2 kickers here, Younghoe Koo, and then they've got McCapney back. So he's their international player. And he just got cut after missing a couple of extra points. Yeah, so they've been playing the kicker carousel here this year. Best of luck to them. But that's what the rest of their practice squad looks like here. And tomorrow I will have that information. But all I've got for you here and now, if you have any comments, any questions, anything on your mind, leave it down below. Appreciate you taking the time watching this video, hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up, becoming a member. Everything you do to support the channel, I cannot thank you enough for that. But I will be back tomorrow with those elevations. I'm going to try to get a live video in here. We'll see how time. We'll see. But hope you guys all had a great week. Hope you're ready for the weekend. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!